Prove you own the equipment. Learn more or apply at psc.nebraska.gov or call 1-800-526-0017.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement.
Right now in Lincoln, neighbors are facing hunger and homelessness, and they need our help. Your donation to Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach for Give to Lincoln Day helps provide nutritious meals, safe shelter, and life-changing support. Your gift goes even further thanks to matching funds from the Lincoln Community Foundation. Working together, we can make our community stronger by ensuring that everyone has access to nutritious food and a safe place to sleep at night. Give to Matt Talbot today or anytime through May 28th at givetolincoln.com.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Better up!
The crack of the bat. Sizzling concessions. Yeah, that's the sound of summer at Haymarket Park. It's been that way for 25 seasons. And in this city, it's not a matter of if you'll catch a game, it's how many.
Safe.
That's because there's always something in play for Salt Dogs fans. From saluting our troops to Friday night fireworks, your local tradition plays on. Let's show summer how Lincoln celebrates 25 seasons. Get your tickets at saltdogs.com.
It's that time of the year, baseball fans. State baseball is back on the air on 93.7 The Ticket. Join Nick Sainert, Tristan Gomez, and me, Austin Orman, for all the action from Werner Park. We'll bring you all the games from Werner, including the opening rounds in Class A and Class B, as well as all 3 state championship games thanks to our great local sponsors. It's state championship baseball all week long on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com, and streaming worldwide on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and the free Ticket app.
At Cedars, we're here to make sure that kids have the safety and stability that every child deserves, where they're protected and where they feel safe. You make this possible. Today, more than ever, we need your support to be here for kids who have nowhere else to call home. Now through May 28th, make a big impact through Give to Lincoln. Give to Cedars now at givetolincoln.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet, GMC, and Chevrolet. And GMC Truck Month is here. Absolutely huge discounts and 2.9% for 72 months. I also just wanted to share a little bit more about the Koppel family. They've been serving the Omaha and Lincoln and surrounding communities for over 50 years with great customer service and small town charm. That's always been our motto, and we absolutely will not be undersold. It truly is confident buying and confident driving. So come on in, meet the team, check us out at Koppel or at koppelcars.com. All deals with approved credit.
When something breaks, you want someone you can trust to fix it right. Empire Repair is now open in Waverly and ready to serve our community with reliable auto repair and maintenance. From routine service to bigger repairs, our team is here to keep you on the road. Stop by Empire Repair in Waverly or call 402-786-2224 to schedule your service today. Empire Repair, proud to serve Waverly.
It's time to go one-on-one with DP. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Sponsored by the Downtown Lincoln Foundation. Here is your host, Derek Pearson.
It is a change of climate moment. 11:05, Lincoln, Nebraska. 93.7 The Ticket. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us. In order to change the weather back, I think a sonic boom is required. I cannot exist in the space as it is. So that was my request to the university. Change it. Allow these games to take place. Allow these people to be protected. Allow. Bach, kind sir, let's start this thing as we always do, sir. I cannot talk with you without asking you first. How the heck are you?
Not too bad, as I usually say. I like the rain, but specifically not when I'm planning on watching some baseball and softball and getting excited for a very exciting time of the year. So this is one of the few occasions I'm not so happy about the rain being here.
Yeah, it's making it a little too difficult to do the things that we would like to do. We can still do things we have to do, but we can't do all the things we want to do, which is life in its full. 402-464-5685, the Starter Heyman text line. Want to be a part of what we're doing? And you do. Hit us with a what's up. Do not yell at us from the car. Say what's up and then yell at us from the car. Those are the rules that we live by, and I ask you to act accordingly. You can be a part of the show in full. You can follow on all the live video streams, Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo, Channel 961. Full disclosure, our guest today, there's zero chance I could just cover all the things that I want to cover with him in a segment. So he said, you've got him for 30 minutes. Let me tell you, there's zero chance we cover all the things that we need to cover. So much so that when he approached me a few months ago about doing a show, I said, yeah. And he said, an hour. I was like, no, no, you got too much to say. And there are too many people that need to hear it. And so we did the dang thing, and he's moving. He's always forward and up. And that's where the greatness lives. He is Dr. Lawrence Chatters. Kind sir, how the heck are you?
Man, I am so amazing today, despite this crazy weather. We're almost at the end of May, and the, April showers were supposed to bring the May flowers, and now the May flowers are here, and the May showers are, I guess they're just making the Nebraska farmers happy. I know my father-in-law's happy. He was here over the weekend, and we're sitting at the graduation. It's looking like we're going to have some kind of a, twister deal go on, right? And he's like, I hope we get some rain up in northeastern Nebraska. And I think they got about a quarter inch. So farmers are hopefully happy, but not the baseball and the softball fans, right?
Yeah, we were finding out what the first thing.
Yeah.
What is the first thing? Because farmers need what they need. But they would tell you, while that's going on, I need some baseball and softball.
That's right.
Especially at this level. Kind sir, next week, it's been consistent in saying that you can see a town and get a firm grasp on who the town is by the people, and then seeing the people in specific moments.
Yes.
Their everyday living, and then on those days when they need to rise up, connect, be united in the space and in a good thing. A town united for a good thing speaks loudly about who you are and who the people are. Give to Lincoln Day next week.
Yes.
Dr. Chatters, tell the people what your North Star will be for Give to Lincoln Day and why you're here and what we're going to be doing to celebrate that day, those people, and of course, the children.
Yeah, so I am the chair of the Nebraska Children and Families Foundation, and I'll tell you this, a lot of people may not have heard of the Nebraska Children and Families Foundation, but I know in their heart of hearts, they care about what Nebraska Children and Families Foundation does. And so I've been the chair for the last 2.5 years, going into my third and final year. I'm in my third and final year right now. On Give to Lincoln Day, May 28th, Lincoln has the opportunity to demonstrate the love and care and support that this community represents. And every single year, I am just absolutely blown away by the generosity of the people of Lincoln and the people across the state that give to Lincoln on that day. But I'm specifically here to talk about Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and what they do. They are a prevention first organization. So they believe that getting in the way of some of the challenges that cause young people and families to struggle, they believe that getting there in advance and supporting them so they never get to that point where they need to go into the system essentially is the best way to go about doing it. They believe that that's the fiscally responsible approach to really addressing the complex issues that we deal with. And, they've been doing it for a very long time, over 25 years. There's 3 specific focus areas that it really boils down to. They want to make sure that they prevent child abuse and neglect. They want to ensure that every child can succeed in school and support youth in foster care as well in their transition into adulthood. It's really a cradle to career perspective. So think about your kids. For our listeners, think about your kids from the time they become an idea and they're there all the way to that point that you say, congratulations on getting your first job, right? When it comes to post high school, post college, whatever the case might have you. Nebraska Children and Families Foundation provides support across that entire continuum. And they do it in a partnership with the state of Nebraska and through private philanthropy as well. And so it's one of those public-private partnerships that has been doing this work for many years. And so we are just asking folks, not only can you take a look at our website, Nebraska Children and Families Foundation, just look it up, Google it, whatever you want to do, but consider giving a donation to our organization, because we're doing so much to serve families and children across this entire state every single day.
Let me ask, it's always in when it's mission based.
Yes.
Often the question becomes chicken or egg. And in assisting children, it requires the adults in that space to also be well.
Absolutely.
So how does this foundation work in that space?
So that's a great question. So in many ways, they basically keep people from ending up on the fringes. So I'll give you some examples. Rent assistance, of course, getting people in their respective communities connected directly to the aid in their respective communities. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the things that's so important about Nebraska Children and Families Foundation, is that we really work from that community perspective. So we have essentially what are called community collaboratives that are based across the entire state in different counties. And we support people where they are. So they don't have to necessarily go very far to get that support. It's right there in the community. And it is utilizing resources and partners that people are familiar with so that they're more likely to use those resources. So again, another example is just, let's say you get to the end of the month, and every time you get to the end of the month, you're struggling financially, right? Nebraska Children and Families Foundation supports organizations that help fill that gap with funds to help people get to where they need to go. And we go above and beyond the poverty line, right? And so people may not qualify for certain programming, but we have programs that can help people above and beyond that poverty line, so that even if they do get just above survival, right? Because sometimes, that's happens in systems where it's like you get above that survival line and then all of a sudden you don't qualify anymore. So you're making an extra $150 a month. So now you don't get $300 a month. Does that make any sense, right? So we help to fill those gaps, and we keep people off the fringes to help make sure that we're ensuring more positive outcomes. And we do that in their communities. It's on the ground strategies and initiatives like the community response and some of these that connect families to local supports and everything else that really provide that preventative funding, so that families are really strengthened and can avoid the unnecessary involvement in the government system. Because it costs a lot of money when a family goes into the governmental system. When the government has to step in, now all of a sudden you're dealing with a whole different beast, right? So we want to keep people out of the system however we can: rental assistance, food support, healthcare support, all those different things that are so important so that they can continue to thrive.
As a part of the Give to Lincoln Day, I mean, most communities will work just that way, that the government should be the last resort. It should be the last net.
Yes.
But along the way, as you said, on the fringes and otherwise, do you spend much time erasing the idea of who needs this program and this foundation, that people will believe that, it's those people? Because those people eventually become us. And we have to be specific in saying,
yes,
the fringe is good to know where it currently exists, because it tells us where it's going next. How much of that is identifying community and how important it is for Lincoln to give to Lincoln's families, children, and the adults that lead them?
So what I'll say is that, we are all in this community together. You may not necessarily know somebody who has dealt with some of those challenges. I would venture to say that you do.
Whether you know it or not.
We all fall on hard times. Clearly there's some major issues that can happen that can cause people to lose their ability financially to continue to thrive, whether it be the loss of a job, absolute sickness in a family, a death in a family, different things of that nature. Just abusive situations that people find themselves in relationships and so on. So trust and believe these folks who need the support, they are us. They are us. And I want to highlight that I think we've all, as you get to a certain age, you get to kind of that middle age point, you've dealt with a family member that struggled with certain things, whether it be addiction or an abusive relationship, and you know just how hard it is to help figure out answers and solutions to these complex problems that people find themselves in. And Nebraska Children and Families Foundation, really from a preventative standpoint, helps to try to make sure that those things do not become a person's final destination. It's just a point on the journey.
I was told by a great man, he happened to be a great basketball coach, but he said the easiest way to get people to move is to hold up a mirror and show them where they're standing. And that children are the mirror to a society and a community.
Absolutely.
And the state of your children.
Yes.
The standard and the status of your children, the wellness of your children.
Yes.
And the kindness of your children tell you what the community is. So this day it's an opportunity for folks to look within, and then you say, if this is what we're doing, let me find the people who are doing this.
Yes.
So in a sea of superheroes calling to, everybody's got their bat signal up.
Yes.
What do you want the people to know? Why should they venture into? Why should they listen to us that night? Why should they be a part of what we're doing? Why should they come down to the mill, shake hands, and meet the people who are doing this servant's work?
Well, because, and I'll go back to the initial thing that you said, I think that very much so, as we wake up on a daily basis and we're all wondering how we can help and what we can do, I think we're all kind of going through this sense of purpose right now, trying to figure out, what can I do to help it? Like, feels like things are somewhat out of control. People are struggling. Prices are up, inflation, all these different indicators are demonstrating that we're dealing with some challenges right now. I've always felt like when I feel like I'm truly struggling, I fully commit myself to service, because I recognize deep in my heart that there's always somebody that needs something. And if I can provide that, whether it just be, a pat on the back or going into a space and bringing positive energy or, a compliment or whatever, I can be of service and I can utilize myself to help change. And I think that this day and what Give to Lincoln Day represents as a whole is a collective representation of Lincoln doing that for all the nonprofits. This serves so many nonprofits. I mean, it's such an amazing opportunity to be a nonprofit. You've been on boards, you've started them, you've been in the space. I mean, to have something that you truly believe in and to be able to share that with people, and then for folks to be able to give, and for that giving to amplify the way that it does. There's, I think, up to $650,000 available as matching funds for these funds. You all, not only are you giving, but your giving is amplified in a way that is extremely unique to the city of Lincoln in that regard. And so I just think that the bat signal is, gosh, I feel that something needs to change. I want to be that change. How can I get involved? How can I help? Go to something like this, give to something like this, participate and Give to Lincoln. Again, we're not talking big numbers here. You could give anything, right? Anything. But Nebraska Children and Families Foundation is a national leader and nationally recognized as one of the organizations, nonprofits across this country, that does this the best in the country. We've heard from larger foundations that are national foundations that Nebraska Children and Families Foundation is a national model for what we do. So if you want to think of it that way, we are national champions in providing support for children and families right here in Nebraska.
It is vital to have an understanding that anything is good.
Absolutely.
Any donation is good donation. And there's no better time than now. People will think, we'll Give to Lincoln Day is next week and I'll deal with it then.
That's right.
I'll deal with it then, right? On that day, and I'll deal with it. But let's make it simple for folks.
Yes.
Right. So right now, whatever that extra change in the pocket, that extra coffee cup, that extra,
yes,
Jamba Juice, whatever it is.
That's right.
Instead,
that's
do
right.
something for somebody else. How would they go about doing that for the foundation?
So they could go to the website, and I'm going to blank on it immediately, but I would say it's lincolncommunityfoundation.org, something to that effect. And you could just type in Give to Lincoln. There is an opportunity for you to specifically specify which organization you would like your donation to go to. just go and just make that donation. And I would ask that you'd make that donation to Nebraska Children and Families Foundation.
And it's on your website. So if you go to nebraskachildren.org, literally on the front page, on the home page, there is a button and a tab that will tell you, hey, give to Lincoln. If you want to give to Lincoln and give to Lincoln for this foundation, it's right there on the page, nebraskachildren.org. And there's a simple way to do it. And listen, I don't care what you went through this morning. I don't care what blessing you had. I don't care what friction you had.
Yes.
You will feel better right now making a donation. That's what I know about us humans. We are an interesting lot.
Yes.
But you can make the day and change the day in one click of a button.
Absolutely. So I encourage you to go to the website and consider making a donation. And then here's the deal. And I always, I remember clearly times in my life when I had nothing extra to give because I was always trying to figure out how to make ends meet, right? But one thing I always had was a voice, and I always had the opportunity to potentially bring positive energy into a space. And so I would just encourage you, if nothing else, tell someone else about Nebraska Children and Families Foundation. Just bring it up and say, hey, have you ever heard of Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and what they do for the children and the families of this state? If you haven't, go check it out and consider giving to them for Give to Lincoln Day. Because if you can't give, maybe you have somebody in your life who can, and you can at least raise the question with them, or the awareness of them that, hey, this is an organization that behind the scenes and very humbly, like we do in Nebraska, we do great humble work. They are supporting families before they get into the system. And that helps all of us, by the way.
Well,
right?
That's the other side, that if you're in the moment thinking,
yes,
I don't have it to give, maybe it's for you.
It's a great point.
Maybe it's for you.
That's
Maybe there's a service provider. Maybe there's a change of direction. Maybe there's some of the data points that you so readily collect.
Yes.
Maybe in the long-term planning versus short-term need and friction, to be able to help people change their lives.
Absolutely.
And listen, adults listening, we have to change you in order to help your kids.
That's right.
That's right. Like that's a part of the real deal.
Yes.
Is that the adults have to say, I am in need.
Yes.
For me and mine. And you cannot pour from an empty glass.
This is exactly why I consider any parent that seeks out resources for their family to be a hero, because it takes them to take that extra step so they can get support. And it is a very humbling thing to ask for help and support, but it's the right thing to do. And it leads to something better for their families. And I get to serve and be in these spaces and serve a lot of people. And I see that as an absolute blessing. I never walk away from that space feeling any worse. I always walk away feeling better because I recognize that I'm amongst heroes who are out seeking support and resources for their families, for their children, for themselves, right? Just trying to lift themselves up. And I think as a society, as we get the opportunities to provide support along that journey for people, it is really incumbent upon us to just, if nothing else, raise awareness about the challenges people are going through. When you get into certain neighborhoods and you're in certain spaces, sometimes you don't see those things on a daily basis because everybody around you might have a job, or everybody around you's kid is going here or doing sports and all the rest of this stuff. We get kind of stuck in these enclaves of privilege, essentially, right?
Mm-hmm.
But don't forget that we have that responsibility to everyone, just at least to offer up extra support when we are blessed. And that's just my belief on that. Some people might think otherwise, but I think if you have something, then that means that you have been trusted to also give something, right?
It is an absolute thing, a part of the mission behind this station and what I do on a daily basis. The mission is to leave things more covered in love than you found them. And that requires love and action together. It cannot be just love. It has to be action. It can't just be action. It has to be love, which is why, and I created Love Prints for the very idea of letting people know there's some logo and bat signal that says love lives here and love is welcome here. And in my time in knowing you, what I know is you spend so much more of your emotional bandwidth on caring for other people. And that is a heroic thing, and it has to be said. And so I do a thing with guests that come in, and in your particular case, I knew we would end up in this conversation. So this is the thing, brother. Let me give you this, because quite frankly, If I needed to find a person who exemplified Love Prince, it is Dr. Lawrence Chatters, right? The hand, the heart, action, and love together. More covenant love. You are a walking signal to anybody in need, anybody that comes into your day.
Yes,
they come to you. They know love lives there, and that's what they will leave with. And they will leave Dr. Chatters more covenant love than he found. That's literally what this is, brother. I think that you deserve that shirt.
Thank you.
100%. We're not done with him though. He has been in circles that listeners often want to peel back the curtain to, and just the process and the mindset of what goes on in these educational buildings and these athletic departments.
Yes.
Some of the frictions that people may or may not know about, and then the heroes who are in that space simply just throwing hands, man. Sometimes you're fighting ghosts.
Yes.
To try to do better for people.
Absolutely.
Around. Dr. Lawrence Chatters will stay with us here on One-on-One. We'll be right back.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Is your air conditioner ready for the hot weather ahead? Get it checked now before you really need it. Call Bryant now to schedule your spring air conditioning service check. No matter what brand equipment you have, Bryant's trained technicians will thoroughly clean, inspect, and test to make sure it's ready to cool efficiently when hot weather hits. Stay cool and comfortable with air conditioning services from Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111 to schedule your AC check. Bryant, whatever it takes.
It's that time of the year, baseball fans. State baseball is back on the air on 93.7 The Ticket. Join Nick Sainert, Tristan Gomez, and me, Austin Norman, for all the action from Werner Park. We'll bring you all the games from Werner, including the opening rounds in Class A and Class B, as well as all 3 state championship games thanks to our great local sponsors. It's state championship baseball all week long on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com, and streaming worldwide on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and the free Ticket app.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet, GMC, and Chevrolet. And GMC Truck Month is here. Absolutely huge discounts and 2.9% for 72 months. I also just wanted to share a little bit more about the Koppel family. They've been serving the Omaha and Lincoln and surrounding communities for over 50 years with great customer service and small town charm. That's always been our motto, and we absolutely will not be undersold. It truly is confident buying and confident driving. So come on in, meet the team, check us out at Koppel or at koppelcars.com. All deals with approved credit.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get 1 half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Are you looking for something different for lunch or dinner in Lincoln? Big 8 is now open at 1226 P Street, serving seafood boils and Asian cuisine. Get your hands messy with fresh, flavorful seafood boils, hot, cold, and made to share. Or enjoy classic Chinese and Asian dishes, perfect for lunch, dinner, or a night out with friends and family. Big flavors, generous portions, and a brand new dining experience. Big 8, now open in Lincoln.
At Cedars, we're here to make sure that kids have the safety and stability that every child deserves, where they're protected and where they feel safe. You make this possible. Today, more than ever, we need your support to be here for kids who have nowhere else to call home. Now through May 28th, make a big impact through Give to Lincoln. Give to Cedars now at givetolincoln.com.
Sandhills Global is growing right here in Lincoln. With our expanding campus and continued growth, we're hiring across a wide range of careers, from interns to experienced professionals. Join the team at Sandhills Global and build your career with competitive pay, great benefits, and real opportunities to grow. Visit sandhills.jobs to view openings and apply today. That's sandhills.jobs.
At Schwezo Construction, safety isn't just a policy, it's a promise. Build with us. Work safe, go home proud. We're hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work and a team that has your back, on and off the job site. If you're ready to be part of a company where your safety and success come first, visit schwezo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com and apply today. Schwezo Construction, 40 years strong and still building the future.
Does someone in your household avoid phone calls because they can't hear clearly, or do they have difficulty speaking on the phone? Nebraska offers a solution. The Nebraska Specialized Telecommunications Equipment Program, or NSTEP, provides financial assistance for specialized devices like amplified phones, caption telephones, smartphones with Bluetooth pairing to hearing aids, and speech-generating devices. If you're a Nebraska resident with a certified hearing or speech disability, you may qualify. It's not income-based, and once approved, you own the equipment. Learn more or apply at psc.nebraska.gov or call 1-800-526-0017.
Back to One-on-One with DP. Sponsored by the Downtown Lincoln Foundation on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back. One-on-One. Dr. Lawrence Chatters in the building. Bach, kind sir, I need Weatherman Bach. Weatherman Bach. Give us knowledge, sir. Feed us. Feed us. What does the weathers say?
Well, it looks like 64 degrees right now. But yeah, kind of rainy out there. Looks like it could be rainy through the 5 o'clock hour. Of course, the softball first pitch is at 4. So we'll see how that turns out. College baseball up in Omaha, currently in a rain delay.
Yeah, we're just doing a thing, aren't we? Mother Nature's got a sense of humor.
And rain in Omaha looks like it's going to last till like 9 or so.
It's just going to be crazy. Wonderful. Thank you, kind sir. Dr. Lawrence Chatters joins us. Give to Lincoln Day next week. And on that day, we will host an event here at 11th and O, and you're all welcome to join.
Okay,
come say hello, press palms, and throw some coins in the jar as we say. It's a special day, and I don't know that the people in Lincoln know how special for somebody that's lived somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of somewhere else's, that a city that defines itself by its goodness,
yes,
then sets a GPS as this is who we are,
right?
And it's really hard to have that day and not be good in it. So, kind sir, on that particular day, Give to Lincoln Day and the foundation, what is, if I asked you, you're real data based. What data would you give to somebody in the community about the value of their donation and what they do with it?
Well, I think any organization that's a nonprofit, what you want to see is what exactly is the ROI, right? So when we talk about funds that you give an organization, you want to see how great a stewards they are of those funds, and then you also want to see what's the return on that investment that you're making, right? So first and foremost, Nebraska Children's has been around for over 20 years, and consistently they have demonstrated that they're very fiscally responsible And there's a substantial return on the investment that Nebraska people through philanthropy and also just, state support. There's an incredible representation of a return on investment for the state of Nebraska. And that's just the monetary side of things.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the actual moral side of things, right? Let's think about, when you think about taking time and effort and taking your hard-earned money, giving it to an organization that actually invests in people, their children, and their families, you are setting up the future of Nebraska now. There's this great quote that I love by Warren Buffett, and it is that the best time to plant a tree was 25 years ago. The next best time is today, right? Because it's going to be 25 years and hopefully you have another tree, right? Don't be afraid to start something and invest in it. And I think with an organization like Nebraska Children and Families Foundation, the funds that are provided to this organization are utilized well across the state. They have a significant impact and they reap substantial and exponential benefits by providing a brighter future for the children and the families of the state. And I think that's really the argument, is that if you have extra money, for me, I like to see, of course, sometimes you want to see that return on investment. And I think investing in children and families to make sure that people can stay out of the system and they can have better outcomes. You can prevent potential things like child abuse or other issues. You can support young people who have essentially ended up in the system as well through the foster care program and everything else. I think those are great investments. And, I would certainly say that they can see the work that's being done. We actually have a map on our website where you can see all of the different impacts that the dollars have across the state, and it covers the entire state. It's just beautiful, right? So some organizations are more local. This is an organization that's really statewide, and it has a significant impact. And so it's just a great opportunity, I think, for people to really get a significant return on their investments. And those investments are human beings, right? That they're supporting.
It's always good in that space to identify that this is a day of our highest humanity. And often when it comes to nonprofit, and it comes to this sort of specific love.
Yes.
That you have to identify and be able to share with people what the return on investment is. And then you have to go a step further and maybe deeper, and to tell people, who is the face of this? What does it look like? What does this child look like? Where are they from?
Yes.
What kind of home are they from? What are the parents like? Are these working parents? Are they two parents, one parent,
right.
Male parent, female parent, right?
Yes.
What is it? What is the face of the child that we're trying to raise funds for?
This is, I have two daughters. I know you have children as well. Just look at your child. Look at your child, because there are people out there that have to essentially wake up every day, and they are not in a situation where they have the financial well-being to take care of their family. And, if you've struggled before and you know what that feeling is like, it's a really tough feeling to not have what you need so that your family can be okay. And you have to ask someone for support, or you have to seek support from your family, or whatever the case might be. These are brothers and sisters. These are mothers and fathers. These are children. Just look at your own kids. Look at the kids in your children's classes. School just got out for, I think, Lincoln, and I know it's out in Omaha. These young people are going to be at home for the summer now. Some of them won't have a meal during the day because they don't have free or reduced lunch, right? We have programming that helps support these young people so that they can get food in the summer, right? And so, I think we all, as some of us are roaring toward the summer, we're thinking about vacationing, we're thinking about taking some time off and everything else. For some people, this is really a time of struggle. They can't pay certain bills, and so it makes things very challenging for them. But let me also just flip this on its head here. These are also some of the most resilient people in our state. They find a way. They know how to utilize their resources. They show up when there are opportunities to provide resources to support their families, and they use those resources. So these are those folks as well. So the face and who these folks are is that these are Nebraskans who are brothers and sisters, and people who are really just trying to make things work for their families. And these are, every time I see a child, I don't care where I am, I think it's just getting a little older now because I just become so sentimental because all I can think of is my children and my brothers and sisters' children, my nieces and nephews, and all these young people who are trying to strive. And I know that they are limited by the access to opportunities and resources that their parents have, right? Our kids, in some cases, until they get to a certain age, they don't have the autonomy and the ability to get things that we don't provide to them, right? And this is why we want to make sure that these families are supported, that they have what they need. And you can really help with that by giving to Nebraska Children and Families Foundation on Give to Lincoln Day, which is the 28th. But guess what? You don't have to wait until then. I mean, you're listening right now. You're feeling the weight and the essence of the fact that you can make a difference. Like I said, you could do it. You know, DP came up with the website. You go to Nebraska Children and Families Foundation.org. You could just click on the Give to Lincoln there. And there's so many other organizations too, DP, that are in need, you know, and I would be remiss if I didn't. I have to mention, you know, I'm also the president of I've Got a Name, and you're familiar with I've Got a Name, Bob Burton. Outstanding, amazing organization that seeks to end sex trafficking and does great work to support people who are at all points of the system who have been involved in those areas, and just supporting from a preventative standpoint as well. Great partnership with Lincoln Police Department. We had our walk a few weeks back and had a great showing. I've Got a Name is another organization that you know, people should take a look at, consider giving to as well. And then Visionary Youth, and you're familiar with Visionary Youth,
sir.
My buddy KB.
Yes, sir.
We do our events every year. So, you know, I'm, like you said, I'm involved in a lot of nonprofits. Today I'm here to talk about Nebraska Children and Families Foundation, but I just want people to do something, right?
Something.
Do something.
Like the action is required.
It is. And I love the fact that you put the action with the love, because love in and of itself is an action, right? It's to think of someone. It's to care for someone. It's to do something for someone. All of these things that are really positive and incredible opportunities for us to give of ourselves. And as you and I talk about this service and all the work that's poured into the community, it always comes back to you fivefold, which is just such a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and it is always a do more. I tell people as often as possible, I am a recovering poor kid. And when I tell you poor, I don't mean poor. I mean broke poor. So I never, ever hear these stories or look into the face of families and children without considering their go through.
Yeah.
Like I wish I could turn it off, but it just doesn't happen. And so I remember that. And I remember, like, if there weren't people who gave to me and mine.
Yes.
Or indirectly to me and mine, right? That they may not have given for me directly, but it reached me.
Yes.
Right. And it's always the thing of planting seeds for fruit that maybe you won't consume.
Right.
Which is the greater good. But with that, I would always tell people, you cannot grow what you do not plant.
That's right.
You can't. And if you want healthy, happy, productive young people,
yes,
the adults have to become that, and they have to live that. And then you have to set a path for it.
Yes.
Right. You got to have a plan. So what is the plan from day one, as you say, from crib to career?
Yes.
What are the things that are important to make sure that happens?
Well, first and foremost, health, right? I mean, what can you do without your health? It's so difficult to be successful if you're not healthy. So health and well-being, nutrition, clearly, education, and support, and childcare support, different things like that. We want people to be able to contribute to society. It's hard to do that when you have kids and you don't have a good place for them to be cared for. So childcare is important. But in that childcare, in that early childcare, having an opportunity to give kids that head start when they essentially get to the classroom. So providing early childhood education, providing the families with an understanding of health and well-being. So all of those different types of things. And that's essentially all the different components that you're going to be using to water this wonderful seed that you've planted to make it grow and yield as significant of a harvest as possible. And without those things, we know essentially what the detriments are. We know that there's young people who, if they don't have the right nutrition, that they can't be present in the classroom, right? We know that if the family doesn't have what they need and they don't have the support that they need for childcare, then there could be abusive situations that end up happening with the children. People need support. And that's just, the truth of the matter is that when people are truly put in a situation to be successful, we find that they are successful. But if they don't have those resources and the support that they need, then they absolutely fall through the cracks.
And they're in survival mode rather than successful mode.
Absolutely.
And it becomes the thing. And we as you go through the path, it's just reminding people.
It is.
Stop, look in the mirror. What would you want done for you? What can you do for you?
Yeah.
What can you do for yours? Think of your neighbor.
Absolutely.
Think of the people. It is a simple, small act.
Yes.
It doesn't take much. It's a thing. We'll go to another break when we come back. I do want to go through. I want to ask you a couple of questions about who the heroes are, because your heart is the accumulation of a lot of people loving on you.
Yes.
I'll ask you to speak to those people.
Okay.
I will ask you to speak to those people when we come back. One-on-one, Dr. Lawrence Chatters.
Watch live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you looking for something different for lunch or dinner in Lincoln? Big 8 is now open at 1226 P Street, serving seafood boils and Asian cuisine. Get your hands messy with fresh, flavorful seafood boils, hot, cold, and made to share. Or enjoy classic Chinese and Asian dishes, perfect for lunch, dinner, or a night out with friends and family. Big flavors, generous portions, and a brand new dining experience. Big 8, now open in Lincoln. Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more. Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement.
Well, I'm an interior designer. A lot of builders don't have designers on staff. I'm included with our Aspen package and can make your home more custom to your taste, your needs, and your wants.
Rachel's our interior designer at Aspen Builders. She's one of the reasons that makes us really good at what we do. I'm Bob Benish, and we absolutely love how Rachel takes care of our clients.
I think the biggest challenge with building is a lot of clients are worried about all the choices. When they come in, they kind of have a deer in the headlights look. I like to ask people at the end, so what did you think? And usually they pause and they say, you really broke it up, kept it simple. We just did one meeting at a time. So I wasn't looking at all the decisions I had to make. I had plenty of time to decide things. You walked me through it all. It made it simple.
Make your dream a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your dream home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Does someone in your household avoid phone calls because they can't hear clearly? Or do they have difficulty speaking on the phone? Nebraska offers a solution. The Nebraska Specialized Telecommunications Equipment Program, or NSTEP, provides financial assistance for specialized devices like amplified phones, caption telephones, smartphones with Bluetooth pairing to hearing aids, and speech-generating devices. If you're a Nebraska resident with a certified hearing or speech disability, you may qualify. It's not income-based, and once approved, you own the equipment. Learn more or apply at psc.nebraska.gov or call 1-800-526-0017.
Want to make the easy call? Call John Henry's. From leaky pipes to a broken AC, flickering lights to furnace fights, even drains and duct cleaning, we've got it handled. Plumbing, heating, air, and electrical, all under one trusted roof. Proudly serving homes across Lincoln, Omaha, and surrounding areas, and ready 24/7. Visit calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing.
And electrical.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Couple Chevrolet, GMC, and Chevrolet. And GMC Truck Month is here. Absolutely huge discounts and 2.9% for 72 months. I also just wanted to share a little bit more about the Couple family. They've been serving the Omaha and Lincoln and surrounding communities for over 50 years with great customer service and small town charm. That's always been our motto, and we absolutely will not be undersold. It truly is confident buying and confident driving. So come on in, meet the team, check us out at Koppel or at koppelcars.com. All deals with approved credit.
Hey Lincoln, this summer Bright Lights is hitting a big one, 40 seasons strong. For 40 summers, they've been helping kids learn, build, create, and explore through hands-on STEAM camps. And now you can step up to the plate. Give $40 to celebrate 40 summers during Give to Lincoln Day 2026. Your donation helps provide top-notch camps, amazing instructors, and scholarships so every kid gets a chance to play, to learn, and to grow. If Bright Lights has ever made an impact on your family, this is your moment. Donate today at brightlights.org. Bright Lights, 40 summers in and just getting warmed up.
Right now in Lincoln, neighbors are facing hunger and homelessness, and they need our help. Your donation to Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach for Give to Lincoln Day helps provide nutritious meals, safe shelter, and life-changing support. Your gift goes even further thanks to matching funds from the Lincoln Community Foundation. Working together, we can make our community stronger by ensuring that everyone has access to nutritious food and a safe place to sleep at night. Give to Matt Talbot today or anytime through May 28th at givetolincoln.com.
Back to One-on-One with DP. Sponsored by the Downtown Lincoln Foundation on 93.7 The Ticket.
Final segment of the hour. Dr. Lawrence chatters pretty good. And again, he was supposed to do a segment, but I'm like, yeah, let's hang out here and talk. Educators in Houston in my time there, they gave me the phrase, we all stand on the shoulders of some amazing people. People who cleared a path, people who loved us up.
Yes.
People who loved us forward.
Yeah.
And then people loved us still. Who are those people for you, Dr. Lawrence Chatters? Because a fountain of love has to have a source.
Yes.
What is your source?
So my source absolutely is my parents. My dad passed away in 2017. He was a lifelong military man. You and I have connected on that before and talked about it. Air Force man, buried in Arlington, the honor of our family. My dad was just a really kind person, and he always told me that you get so much farther in life by being kind to people. And so I really tried to be very good at being kind because I wanted to go far. And my mother truly is a major hero in my life. And she's, I just talked to her on the way down here, and my mom growing up, she would actually, despite us not having much, and you talked about, essentially being poor and everything else. I remember government peanut butter. I remember government cheese and those things that were helpful for our family because we had a lot of kids, and my dad was enlisted in the Air Force, and we didn't make much money. My mom was working, taking care of the kids, and so my mom, despite all of those things, she still always cared for other people. There were always other people in or around our house because my parents, regardless of what they were going through, always found time. and gave to other people. And so I watched my parents as a model growing up for what it meant to always find something to give. Regardless of what you have, you always have to find something to give, whether it's advice. They would have young couples over to the house who were going through some things. They talk with them. You know, my mom was raising other people's kids, you know, alongside us, right? And when we talk about Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and what they do for foster kids, my youngest brother was a foster kid here in Nebraska. When we moved here, we were his foster family, and then my parents adopted him. And so essentially talking about the system and how it impacts young people and everything else, and being a part of Nebraska Children and Families Foundation, I've kind of been a part of the system, and we've also benefited from being able to find my youngest brother through the foster care system here in Nebraska. And watching my parents navigate giving of themselves over the course of their lives has set the foundation for me. And I hope that my daughters see that too, and it sets the foundation for them.
I think it's important. And again, on Give to Lincoln Day, everybody stands in the mirror at some point during that day and figures out where they are and where they're trying to be. And I think it's important that as you make these donations, no matter who you make it for, as you make your donations that day, just recognize you're changing young Chatter's life, you're changing young Pearson's life, you're changing young Bakovic's life, you're changing your young people's life.
Yes.
By being the example, being a living example of love. And that's what Give to Lincoln Day is. Once again, remind them where to go to get more information for Give to Lincoln
Yeah,
Day.
Lincoln Community Foundation. There's so many different organizations on there that are very deserving of your money, your time, your effort, all the things that you can give, just raising awareness about it. Tell people that Lincoln does something like Give to Lincoln, that there's an entire month that they commit to having folks that have nonprofits come together to put those nonprofits out for people to learn more about them. And then that money is amplified. And that's the best part about Give to Lincoln. Your dollar could be $2, right? I mean, there's a match that happens. And so check us out, Nebraska Children and Families Foundation.org. You can find the Give to Lincoln button on there. Just check out the organization because they do so much behind the scenes humbly here in this state. I think everybody should know about Nebraska Children and Families Foundation. I'm proud to be their chair, and I'm so proud of all the work that they do. Shout out to I've Got a Name. Shout out to Visionary Youth, all the other foundations and organizations, nonprofits across the state that are doing great work because of people's passion to help people and support people. It's just an amazing opportunity, I think, that Lincoln has and Nebraska has to show the heart of Nebraska.
Kind sir, thank you. Thank you for what you do, who you are. You are appreciated out loud. Doctor, friend, thank you.
Thank you so much.
We'll go to break. More 101 when we come back. Second hour coming up.
Are you looking for something different for lunch or dinner in Lincoln? Big 8 is now open at 1226 P Street, serving seafood boils and Asian cuisine. Get your hands messy with fresh, flavorful seafood boils, hot, cold, and made to share. Or enjoy classic Chinese and Asian dishes, perfect for lunch, dinner, or a night out with friends and family. Big flavors, generous portions, and a brand new dining experience. Big 8, now open in Lincoln.
Want to make the easy call? Call John Henry's. From leaky pipes to a broken AC, flickering lights to furnace fights, even drains and duct cleaning, we've got it handled. Plumbing, heating, air, and electrical, all under one trusted roof. Proudly serving homes across Lincoln, Omaha, and surrounding areas, and ready 24/7. Visit calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Right now in Lincoln, neighbors are facing hunger and homelessness, and they need our help. Your donation to Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach for Give to Lincoln Day helps provide nutritious meals, safe shelter, and life-changing support. Your gift goes even further thanks to matching funds from the Lincoln Community Foundation. Working together, we can make our community stronger by ensuring that everyone has access to nutritious food and a safe place to sleep at night. Give to Matt Talbot today or anytime through May 28th at givetolincoln.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
We're looking forecast for today. Showers and thunderstorms likely throughout the day. We'll see an afternoon high around 70. Tonight, a chance of showers early. Otherwise, partly cloudy skies, the low around 49. And tomorrow, mostly sunny skies return with light winds with a high near 73. I'm meteorologist Kyle Puckner for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you've been looking for a reason to fill up your car with E15, how about this? E15
can help you save big at the pump
and save the planet by cutting greenhouse gas emissions.
Any car 2001 or newer is approved. Speaking of good, it's made from corn, which is great for farmers.
As I was saying, if you need a reason to choose E15, there you have them. E15, engine smart, earth kind. Visit chooseE15.com to learn more.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
It's that time of the year, baseball fans. State baseball is back on the air on 93.7 The Ticket. Join Nick Sainert, Tristan Gomez, and me, Austin Norman, for all the action from Werner Park. We'll bring you all the games from Werner, including the opening rounds in Class A and Class B, as well as all 3 state championship games thanks to our great local sponsors. It's state championship baseball all week long on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com, and streaming worldwide on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and the free Ticket app. If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at gainatrucking.com. Hey Lincoln, this summer Bright Lights is hitting a big one, 40 seasons strong. For 40 summers, they've been helping kids learn, build, create, and explore through hands-on STEAM camps. And now you can step up to the plate. Give $40 to celebrate 40 summers during Give to Lincoln Day 2026. Your donation helps provide top-notch camps, amazing instructors, and scholarships so every kid gets a chance to play, to learn, and to grow. If Bright Lights has ever made an impact on your family, this is your moment. Donate today at brightlights.org. Bright Lights, 40 summers in and just getting warmed up. Does someone in your household avoid phone calls because they can't hear clearly? Or do they have difficulty speaking on the phone? Nebraska offers a solution. The Nebraska Specialized Telecommunications Equipment Program, or NSTEP, provides financial assistance for specialized devices like amplified phones, captioned telephones, smartphones with Bluetooth pairing to hearing aids, and speech-generating devices. If you're a Nebraska resident with a certified hearing or speech disability, you may qualify. It's not income-based, and once approved, you own the equipment. Learn more or apply at psc.nebraska.gov or call 1-800-526-0017.
Rick Heyman here from Sauter Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sauter Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sauterheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
It's time to go one-on-one with DP. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Sponsored by the Downtown Lincoln Foundation. Here is your host, Derek Pearson.
Hour number 2 on this will be a pretty cool sports day if the weather plays along. If the weather plays along, there's a Super Regional Game 1 at Bowling Stadium. Ronda Revelle Field. Huskers, Cowboys. Game 1. Best of 3. Could be special. We'll talk about last night. and then we'll talk about today. In Omaha, the weather was so interesting that the state decided that the tournament, the championship games will be moved to Saturday. So there'll be state championships 3 tomorrow. We will air them beginning at 12 noon, and we'll go through the day Saturday. Of course, we will have during the breaks in those games, we will have post-game conversations about softball, baseball, appropriately so whenever that is. We will have full coverage. We'll have folks in Omaha. Of course, Bach can tell you about that here shortly, about what's going on in Omaha, what the vibe is for Big Tens. Huskers scheduled to take the field today at 5 if the weather permits. They're currently on a weather delay, so the likelihood of it being 5 o'clock pretty limited. But we'll talk about it. Bach, the vibe. The vibe. What is the vibe at Big Ten Omaha?
Well, right now, like you said, it's rain, unfortunately. They are scheduled to get going here in a couple minutes to resume the first game of the day, which is USC and Michigan State. USC up 4-0 over Michigan State, who's kind of been the darling of the tournament so far. So that's been kind of cool. But USC looking to put them away now into single elimination portion of the tournament. Nebraska, of course, earned their way past that, which is interesting as at its whole. They're changing the Big Ten tournament every year, and the format that they're doing it in is interesting because through the first games in the matchups, you'll notice Nebraska is taking on a higher seed than what Michigan State or Oregon are doing, despite finishing higher in the standings than them. Same thing with UCLA. So they didn't reseed after the double elimination portion. Maybe they'll consider that in the future. Maybe they won't. But it's been very interesting. It's awesome to have baseball back in Omaha. They have to fight for that Big Ten tournament at times, but of course, the College World Series being there, you can't help but start to kind of dream and think about that as well. A lot of teams are, but then on the other side of it, there's not an NIT. This is it for a lot of teams. So it is survive and advance mode ahead of the NCAA tournament for many of those teams.
Yeah, and it's interesting in the focus that is Nebraska baseball and what the coaching said, what Will Bolt and company are the conversations they're having with players. Do you manage and prepare as though this is the one only game? And there's a lot to be said for that, right? Bach, what is your thought on the philosophy of game? You're in the quarterfinals, single elimination. You're also the 2 seed, so there's some advantage in it, right? You haven't had to burn pitchers and go through the seesaw that is rain delay, change of opponent, et cetera, et cetera. You've just been chilling. You're relaxing, you're recovering, you're building steam. Is it all hands on deck, all arms on deck for game 1? Or do you let the game kind of play out and trust the process?
Yeah, it's interesting, obviously, because, normally your Friday starter, right, would be good to go here. But do you want to keep your Friday starter for the championship appearance? But who knows if you get there, right? So, I think you got to battle forward. You got to put your best foot forward and try to win. Maybe you kind of start to think about innings, that are being eaten up and all that sort of stuff. If you have a decent lead, maybe going into the middle innings here this evening. But I think you're there to win it, right? And especially for Nebraska, having won it each of the last 2 years, there's got to be a pride factor there. And then the opportunity not only to host a regional, but maybe a super regional if you come out of this whole thing and perhaps even have the chance to upend number 1 UCLA, not in the Big Ten, in the nation. So, I think it is a little bit more calming. Like I said, some teams, Michigan State, when they lose, that's going to be it. Nebraska, at least that you can fight for the championship after this. So, but at the same time, I think this is you're trying to start get going and getting ready for when you are in regionals. You want to be hot and feeling good. And Nebraska has been so far. But yeah, no, I think you got to take it a game at a time. Again, maybe circumstantially start to think about that depending on how the game goes. But you got to win this one before you can play Saturday. There's no guarantee.
Yeah, I'm in those situations, kind of state tournament level, that I was always, you could get caught up in the conversation that, well, I think our number 2 is good enough to get it done, right? Do we trust the number 2, right, to get it done? Do we trust the number 3 to get it done? And quite frankly, then the question becomes, is it matchup? Is it matchups that play into it? You've had the full week rest, so everybody's arm is fresh. What do you do with your 1, 2, and 3? And then closer, setup men, your batting order. What do you do? I'll ask the texters because I am curious. Let's say it's a bumpy start. How quickly do you pull your starter, Jake? Paco?
Well, you got to be able. It depends on your belief, obviously, in those middle inning relief pitchers as well. I like what they got on the back end, but I think you might consider it somewhat early. Nebraska, with the strength of this, they've got some solid pitchers. Don't get me wrong, especially starting pitchers. Yasa at the front of it.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a group that is routinely pretty much like not ever out of the game. I mean, you could be down 8 runs, they could come back in the 7th or 8th inning because of that lineup. So, I think that gives you a little bit more flexibility. I mean, if you're down 4 or you get rocked for 4 early, maybe you can kind of think, well, let's just he got through it there. Let's throw him back out there, see if we can get this, because a 4-run lead isn't necessarily a death sentence for Nebraska.
Well, what on the other end of the spectrum? On the other end of the spectrum, what if you put up an 8 burger and then a 4, right? You have a lead. Do you pull your ace to save him for later?
That I would consider. That I might consider.
Right? Like listen, you get some people in the lab when it comes to making those decisions. I worked from this. Play as though this was everything. We'll figure that, because that's how we got here. First of all, you're a 2 seed and you're a lock for the NCAA. But you played that, you got that way by playing a certain way. Play that certain way, manage from a very certain way. That's really what it was. We were having that conversation last night as well, even before and during warm-up to softball, because it was, what did you expect Coach Rhonda Revelle to do? Would she go with Jensen or Jordy Fromm? It is the best of 3. The most important game is the first one, right? Because it allows you extension and some wiggle room. What say you? You start your starter, you start your ace in game 1. Softball did last night. What about baseball?
Yeah, I mean, I think you do. I think you do because, again, it's interesting because you could do the reverse math and say we need our ace for Sunday, but if you're not guaranteed that, I mean, how bad would it be to lose and you never get to throw Carson Yasa on the mound?
I'm not losing. I'm not losing with my ace sitting in my hand. I'm not going to do that. So it becomes the thing, and it's interesting too. Then I thought a big part of the process for last night. Paying attention to crowds. How would you describe Big Ten tournament crowds so far?
Well, I think somewhat to be expected. Waiting for Nebraska to show up. I mean, there's been some good, decent crowds as far as, a good, maybe a couple hundred Iowa fans, that sort of stuff, from the locals that have made it in. A couple of, other teams maybe well represented, but I mean, it's pretty sparse compared to what it's going to be for Nebraska.
And this is when business picks up.
Right.
Yeah, but then the weather.
Yeah. That
Bill and Bennett says all hands on deck, including pitchers. And I listen, the belief, if I'm good enough to worry about competing for Big Ten title, NCAA title, I'm good enough to get through whatever comes out. Like, that's the belief. If I start pulling back, utensils if I start bringing up equipment off the tool belt, I'm without that equipment. And I just don't, I'm not a believer in it as a coach or a player. I never really cared. Like, I wanted the best available out there, and then we'll figure out the rest of it. Let's get a win, and then we'll figure out the rest of it. Last night, got to Bowling early. 2 hours plus before the game. And the crowd, some of those folks have been there all day. And by all day, I mean early morning, all day, to get general admission seats. And that's just to get your location. Like, where do you want? Like, where in the bleachers you're going to be? Get there early enough to be one of the first ones into the bleachers, right? Pick your side, and then pick your level of seat. And you can do that for how many ever folks you can do that until. But it was a four-armed tentacle of fans. So you had people that down the right field line, spiraled into the front and across the way of the Salt Dogs offices and that space, then full cycle down the circle, and then to the right down the left field line, and which wrapped around the stadium into center field beyond the center field wall. And I literally was trying to capture some of it on film. Bach, I got tired from two lines. From two lines, I was like, "Oh my goodness, this is a thing." And people were there; they were cheering, and the whole shebang. And then finally, they opened the gates. So they will open the gates. Last night, they opened the gates an hour before first pitch. So I would imagine the gates are open at 3:00 today. We do need to send somebody down there to see if there's anybody in line right now, because I'm wondering whether the energy was sapped from this thing or not. Bach, I'm going to fully say it was standing room only in full. There was no more room on the berm. There's no more blanket space. Like, you couldn't put a blanket down. And now people were standing against the back of the berm, like where the rail and the fence are. There are tons of people standing up and down the first base and third base lines. There are people in the outfield. As a matter of fact, there are people trying to climb the fence.
Uh-oh.
So there's that. So I would think that it was, did they release an attendance number? Because people came in and checked in, right?
Yeah.
So would they have had an attendance number, and does it count? Because quite frankly, you're talking about for game one, there may be more people who went to game one than any other, because it was actually 2 nights and you're going to have different people go. Right?
Yeah. Looks like no official attendance figure was recorded for the night.
I would think that they hit 4,000 plus.
Wow.
I thought they hit 4,000 plus. Just the standing room only factor. And again, those people were in line. It took them 48 minutes to get the line cleared. And it was interesting to come up, and then they got the game started. They got the same game started. And I thought you could hear people whispering, the rumblings, Bach. They're looking for lightning. They're looking for lightning. And the rule is, and it was this way in high school, no matter where I was, but if an official saw lightning in the sky, anywhere, at any range, at any distance, you pulled the game. You pulled the players in the crowd. And when the first lightning strike happened, I saw it, but a lot of people didn't see it. And immediately I'm like, I wonder if the umpire saw it. I wonder if the home plate umpire saw it. He did. He did. They go into, and then it's a full clearing of the stadium. All those people who had been standing in line in that space then had to line up and reverse back out of the stadium. And because the Salt Dogs were playing at the same time, and then I think they saw lightning too, that they allowed softball fans to go into Haymarket and get on the concourse undercover. And then finally, and it rained pretty well. It was pretty hard. Shout out to the DJ of Bowling State. Shout out to the DJ, because he or she broke out. Bach, they broke out every rain song you can imagine. It's Purple Rain, it's Adele's Fire Through the Rain, it's Eddie Money. Is it Eddie Money or Eddie Rabbit? Ed Rabbit. Eddie Money? No, Eddie Rabbit. Eddie Rabbit. I love a rainy night.
Mm.
Yeah. Money and Rabbit are not the same. They're not. They're not the same. So he's like, and it's pouring and thundering, and there's Adele's "Fire in the Rain" blaring in the background. And then to watch the field crew back and forth, to watch that go on, and then they decide they're like, and there's a lot of conversation between NCAA officials, the umpires, the coaches, and they're kind of going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And then finally they decide they're gonna try to get the game in, but journalists, man, the media folks are like, yeah, but there's another cell coming in 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not going to happen. Takes you, 35 minutes to warm up, right? Can't just say, okay, everybody back on the field, play ball. They've got to warm up, and you've got to allow that. You've got field prep, you got to remake the field. And then it starts raining. And now, Bach, you could feel the room, because I felt bad for the PA announcer, because he's now got to tell people, listen, I'm sorry. Do not kill the messenger. But everybody has to go home. There'll be no softball today. And so that 3,500 that came back in, so the 4,000 had been in and out. The 3,500 was in and out. There were even people, Bach, who left their blankets on the berm during the storm.
Keep your spot.
That you would rather keep your spot. Now, you have a spot, but you can't sit on the blanket. It's wet ground and a wet blanket.
Yeah.
So I would say that of the 150 blankets that were when the game started, there were probably 10. And there are people who got back on those blankets. Now, they did a full thing. And you're waiting for it to happen. And I'm with Jake Sorensen and Nick Wyman. And Jake Sorensen is not happy.
Yeah.
Bach, he is not. Y'all know Jake. Can we talk? We're family.
He's got to wake up early for work, right?
We're family, right? He wants you to know he's got to get up early.
Yeah, yeah.
He's got to get up early. And I'm looking at him like, and they announced the 10-10 first restart, and it's 10-13, and Jake is just sitting with his arms folded, tapping his toe, like, you said 10-10. Let's get this thing going. And I'm like, Jake, it's not happening. Bro. It's just not happening. It's just not happening. So there was tons of things going on. Great music. I have to say that Boland's Burgers seem better than Haymarket's.
Interesting.
I had a cheeseburger at Boland, and I've been a real food snob when it comes to Haymarket Stadium food. That thing that you see, Bach, is called the Sun.
Oh, okay.
That's called the Sun. The sun is out.
Hey.
It calls the Sun, right? It just seemed like Bach had burger. And then it was really good. I thought, okay, cool. Jake went to the concession stand. He grabbed some sunflower seeds for me. And then I go into autopilot. You give me a bag of sunflower seeds, listen, I know the exact amount I can hold in my hand, how I'm going to distribute them. And then shout out to Jake Sorensen for realizing I'm a real sunflower seeds man. So when he buys the seeds, he asks for a cup for me to put the seeds into.
You're going to be spitting all over.
Now, there are members of the media who didn't follow that creed. Those shells were everywhere. And I went, tell me you didn't play ball without telling me you didn't play ball. Because I think that's a baseball thing that, listen, you know better. And there are times when I coached high schools that had turf. You cannot have seeds on turf. No athletic director will allow it. Why? Shells. So, there's Jake Sorensen, and there's some media members, and those media members are going for it, bro, and I'm just not feeling it. I am not feeling it. So it was interesting, the whole thing. And again, we'll see what today is. I was pretty well prepared yesterday for the rain. I have this full below the knee poncho.
Nice.
That it folds up, and I had it in my backpack. So when it started raining, they're ducking and dodging. I'm like, poncho. Like I win. I'm the winner.
Is it a red poncho? Black?
No, it's a black poncho.
Black. Okay,
Black poncho. I got stuck wearing a Maryland poncho at Big Ten.
Did you really?
Because it was raining for the first 2 days.
Yeah.
And I just went, but it's Maryland.
Did you buy one? Did they give it to you?
I bought it.
Oh, yeah.
I support the program. Like,
Yeah.
Go ahead and do that. I don't want to be that guy. Hey, give me a poncho. No, it's okay. So Hunter says, are they trying to do softball game today? 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. And we have some sun. We have some sunshine happening right now in Lincoln. And again, I don't know how long it's going to be there. And I don't know. Bach gave his weather report. Bach, do you want to give that report again, a current update?
Yeah, man, let me get back to Lincoln. I've been switching between Lincoln and Omaha all day trying to figure it out.
Right.
Says there could be a 35% chance of rain at 1 o'clock. The rain will go on through, or maybe here and there, but looks like it's projected to go through 5 o'clock toward 6 o'clock. And again, with that 4 p.m. start time, could see some more delays there.
Try to get through. Just try to get through it. And there are a lot of things you found out. Field crew handling the tarp and handling all the water on the tarp, and then the redistribution of said water into the outfield, and how miserable those outfielders would have been had they tried to play. There's the question of whether, with 2 aces on the bump inside the circle, you did not want them to stop, start. And I think that played a big part of it. Troy Dannon was on the field quite a bit with the umps and the powers that be. I would have loved to have had that mic'd up. Like that's going to be my next mission, is somehow sneak a microphone into the umpire's back pocket.
Yeah, ESPN had the cameras on that the whole time. I noticed Troy was laughing quite a bit, so it must have been
we're trying to figure it out.
Something going on.
Hey, man. All right, we'll take the first break. More one-on-one when we come back.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
This is Jordy Ball for Anderson Ford. For years, Anderson has relied on an exceptional customer experience. But just this once, they're going to rely on a really great pitch.
Right now, lease a 2026 Ford F-150 for $199 per month for 36 months.
Experience better at Anderson Ford.
Stock number 1008721. Previous service loaner. $199 per month. Lease for 36 months with approved credit. 7,500 miles per year. 10650 to assignee. No security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 7/6/26.
Want to make the easy call? Call John Henry's. From leaky pipes to a broken AC, flickering lights to furnace fights, even drains and duct cleaning, we've got it handled. Plumbing, heating, air, and electrical, all under one trusted roof. Proudly serving homes across Lincoln, Omaha, and surrounding areas, and ready 24/7. Visit calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
And electrical.
Hey Lincoln, this summer Bright Lights is hitting a big one, 40 seasons strong. For 40 summers, they've been helping kids learn, build, create, and explore through hands-on STEAM camps. And now you can step up to the plate. Give $40 to celebrate 40 summers during Gift to Lincoln Day 2026. Your donation helps provide top-notch camps, amazing instructors, and scholarships, so every kid gets a chance to play, to learn, and to grow. If Bright Lights has ever made an impact on your family, this is your moment. Donate today at brightlights.org. Bright Lights, 40 summers in and just getting warmed up.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
We're looking for a forecast for today. Showers and thunderstorms likely throughout the day. We'll see an afternoon high around 70. Tonight, a chance of showers early. Otherwise, partly cloudy skies, the low around 49. And tomorrow, mostly sunny skies return with light winds, with the high near 73. I'm meteorologist Kyle Plucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Rick Heyman here from Sauter Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sauter Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sauterheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Man, whenever I use a sports book, I feel like I'm just getting robbed blind.
Dude, you've got to delete that app. You need to be using Polymarket.
Polymarket? How are they any different?
Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sports book. You trade against other fans just like you, not the house. That means more money for you and less for those greedy sports books.
For real?
Yep. Sports books take around $9 on a $100 position and then pay out around $500. Polymarket pays out $650 on that same position.
What's the catch?
No catch. Even better, it's available in all 50 states. Polymarket is so confident that you'll never go back, they're giving you $50 free on your first trade.
I'm deleting my sportsbook app. How do I get started?
Download Polymarket now and use promo code HEAT for $50 free for your first trade. Stop letting sportsbooks steal from you. Download Polymarket and use promo code HEAT for $50 free on your first trade. Use promo code HEAT.
Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply.
Does someone in your household avoid phone calls because they can't hear clearly? Or do they have difficulty speaking on the phone? Nebraska offers a solution. The Nebraska Specialized Telecommunications Equipment Program, or NSTEP, provides financial assistance for specialized devices like amplified phones, captioned telephones, smartphones with Bluetooth pairing to hearing aids, and speech-generating devices. If you're a Nebraska resident with a certified hearing or speech disability, you may qualify. It's not income-based, and once approved, you own the equipment. Learn more or apply at psc.nebraska.gov or call 1-800-526-0017.
Right now in Lincoln, neighbors are facing hunger and homelessness, and they need our help. Your donation to Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach for Give to Lincoln Day helps provide nutritious meals, safe shelter, and life-changing support. Your gift goes even further thanks to matching funds from the Lincoln Community Foundation. Working together, we can make our community stronger by ensuring that everyone has access to nutritious food and a safe place to sleep at night. Give to Matt Talbot today or anytime through May 28th at givetolincoln.com.
93.7 The Ticket is Lincoln's home for Kansas City Royals baseball in 2026. Catch all the action as Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and a pitching rotation led by Cole Reagans try to lead the Royals back to the postseason. That's Kansas City Royals baseball all summer long. On the air in Lincoln at 93.7 The Ticket.
At Cedars, we're here to make sure that kids have the safety and stability that every child deserves, where they're protected and where they feel safe. You make this possible. Today, more than ever, we need your support to be here for kids who have nowhere else to call home. Now through May 28th, make a big impact through Give to Lincoln. Give to Cedars now at givetolincoln.com.
Back to One-on-One with DP. Sponsored by the Downtown Lincoln Foundation on 93.7 The Ticket.
I want to thank Dr. Lawrence Chatters for stopping by. Reminder of the good in Lincoln on Forgive the Lincoln Day. Having lived and worked all over this country, I can tell you that not all places have that sort of thing, that sort of day, and dive so fully into it. So, Lincoln, that is a thing to be proud of. Shout it from the rooftops that that's who you are, and that's how business is being done, actively taking care of your people, whether they're your people or other people's people. Not everybody has a Give to Lincoln Day sort of thing that happens, and we're proud and honored to be a part of it and to be able to bring attention to the day and the people who are doing the kind of service and work that they do. So we greatly appreciate that. Bach, it is interesting to me that Nebraska baseball is the reigning, defending, universal, two-time, back-to-back Big Ten Conference Tournament champion. They are also the number 2 seed in a very special year. And somehow, people would act surprised if they won this tournament again. Bob, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't UCLA in the tournament last year?
They were.
Was UCLA in the tournament the year before?
They were. Well, now I'm going to start to think when they joined the Big Ten. I don't think they were the year before.
No, I think it's both years.
Was it both years? Okay.
But listen, they've beaten them before in the tournament. What was the championship game last year, Bob?
Yeah, beat UCLA.
Yeah, yeah. Like, that's really a thing. That Nebraska baseball, for the incredible season that it's had, in my head, there seems to be a little bit too much devaluing of the good of this team and this program. Would it be safe to say, Bach, and correct me if I'm wrong, that this Nebraska baseball team is more talented than the previous 2 years?
Yeah. I think it's the best team of the group.
Right? Pretty good run.
Yeah.
That being said, so this group should not have fear of UCLA.
No.
Right? That in the place. And then there was a stat that was passed to me that Nebraska baseball was one of 3 programs with the number of top 10 wins that they had. So why is the regional in question? Why does that not feel? Why doesn't it feel like? Listen, if you tell me UCLA is number 1 in the country, but Nebraska had the year that it had in the Big Ten against the same teams that UCLA did, why wouldn't Nebraska be a lock for a regional? Why is that, kind sir?
Well, I think part of it's still just kind of the old, Big Ten baseball fighting up. But I mean, part of that needs to change now. And you see USC, Oregon, and UCLA where they are. So, I think that significantly boosted the value of the Big Ten and what we'll see with it moving forward. But I think part of it too has been nice to get a shot at UCLA. That would have been cool to get a regular season series. Just didn't play out that way, and obviously would have boosted the resume a little bit too. But I don't know. I mean, a lot of it's just kind of when you're fighting in there, and you're, depending on all these different rankings. You don't have a college football playoff committee putting a ranking list together throughout this, so you're kind of doing guesswork between D1 baseball and RPI and all this sort of stuff. And if you're kind of in that zone that Nebraska has kind of been in, you're relying on a lot. You first, you got to win your games, and then you got to kind of look around and see who else is kind of on the bubble for those regionals and how they're doing. So, I mean, I think it's just kind of where they're landing. I don't think it's a bad thing necessarily. In fact, it's a good thing to be in that conversation. But for a while, I think it was just kind of, okay, what are these other teams that are bubble regional hosting teams doing? And Nebraska's fared pretty well compared to them.
41-14. 41-14. Win percentage of .745. 23-7 in the Big Ten Conference. 23-7. Win percentage of .767. They've won 7 in a row, several long win streaks along the way. On the road, the Huskers are 14-10. Neutral sites, they're 4-3. At home, this is a team that will go into the regional with a 23-1 home record. 23-1 at home. Listen, I don't know who's in charge of this thing, but I tell you what, 23-7 in the Big Ten and 23-1 at home probably should check all the boxes for and a 40-win season. Checks a lot of boxes for a home series and a regional. Is that not fair, Bob?
No, I think it's fair. I think Nebraska's definitely in there in that conversation. It's fun because the conversation too has kind of shifted to, okay, what about a super regional? And certainly in that possibility too.
What are we talking about? 16?
16 get the regional, 8 get the super.
Listen, one team. Well, no, the SEC could probably get 3, right? They need to be finishing of all the teams that advance, that win the regional, 8 of them will go to super regional. Some of those folks will knock each other off. It's a great opportunity for the Huskers. Great opportunity for the Huskers. They faced, in order to do the things that they want to do, need to do, they've got to go through Michigan. They've been 2-1 against Michigan. They're on a win streak as well. But the previous matchup, the first match of the season, was a 2-1 Michigan win. The Huskers were held to 8 hits, left a ton of men on base, 1 run. They gave up 6 hits against Michigan and lost 2-1. So it is, and all the scoring was early. So it wasn't an exciting game. It wasn't necessarily a good game. But then the thing that happens, the loss happens, and then what does this team do? It bounces back. A 10-0 Husker win over Michigan in Ann Arbor on March 21st. They put up 2 in the first, 3 in the third, 4 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, to go 14 hits, 10 runs. They gave up 8 hits on the day, but kept the shutout against Michigan on the road. Pretty good deal along the way. And then, the universe likes to pay attention, and so then it hands out the rubber match. And after splitting the first 2, this one was a bit of a barn burner. A Sunday afternoon, 9-5 Huskers win over Michigan. Michigan scored first. The Huskers late in the game, they got 1 in the 6th, 3 in the 7th, 5 in the 9th inning to come from behind and get the win against Michigan. And this was a special day. This was a pretty good day when you talk about numbers. Dylan Carey had 2 hits. Jet Buck hit a grand slam bomb. Max Butenbach had 2 hits. Rhett Stokes had 2 hits, and a pretty good start. Bohowitz, 4 innings, 1 earned run. Then Clevenger, Unger, Timmerman finished the way for a Husker 9-5 win along the way. So, but they are familiar. The Huskers found some success, and then they found a way to win the series. 2 out of 3, none of that matters today. That's the part. None of that matters today. Sadly so. Hey, Bach, do you know who won that 10-run rule, 10-0 Huskers win?
Which starting pitcher?
Any guesses who the starting pitcher was?
I would guess Carson Yasa.
And how do you think he did?
Well, If they didn't score a run, that would be pretty good.
8 innings, 6 hits, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts.
Pretty good day.
And he's your starter. Let's go get it. We'll close out one-on-one when we come back.
Watch live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Does someone in your household avoid phone calls because they can't hear clearly, or do they have difficulty speaking on the phone? Nebraska offers a solution. The Nebraska Specialized Telecommunications Equipment Program, or NSTEP, provides financial assistance for specialized devices like amplified phones, captioned telephones, smartphones with Bluetooth pairing to hearing aids, and speech-generating devices. If you're a Nebraska resident with a certified hearing or speech disability, you may qualify. It's not income-based, and once approved, you own the equipment. Learn more or apply at psc.nebraska.gov or call 1-800-526-0017.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
If you've been looking for a reason to fill up your car with E15, how about this? E15
can help you save big at the pump
and save the planet by cutting greenhouse gas emissions.
Any car 2001 or newer is approved. Speaking of good, it's made from corn, which is great for farmers.
As I was saying, if you need a reason to choose E15, there you have them. E15, engine smart, earth kind. Visit chooseE15.com to learn more.
Looking for something fun tonight? Axe throwing, local beer, and great vibes are waiting at Arbor Axe House. From casual nights out to celebrations and team events, it all starts here. Reserve a lane today at arboraxe.com. Arbor Axe House at the corner of N Street and Antelope Valley.
Now's the time to schedule your air conditioner service check with Bryant. Make sure it's ready to keep you cool and comfortable when you really need it. Call Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating, 467-1111.
93.7 The Ticket is Lincoln's home for Kansas City Royals baseball in 2026. Catch all the action as Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and a pitching rotation led by Cole Reagans try to lead the Royals back to the postseason. That's Kansas City Royals baseball all summer long. On the air in Lincoln at 93.7 The Ticket.
At Cedars, we're here to make sure that kids have the safety and stability that every child deserves, where they're protected and where they feel safe. You make this possible. Today, more than ever, we need your support to be here for kids who have nowhere else to call home. Now through May 28th, make a big impact through Give to Lincoln. Give to Cedars now at givetolincoln.com.
Welcome summer with Red, White, and Barbecue. Hog Wild will be open this Memorial Day from 11 a.m. until 8 p.m., serving up our award-winning barbecue. Pick up a slab of slow-smoked ribs or a family pack loaded with your favorite choice of meats and sides, complete with buns and our famous barbecue sauce. Enjoy the holiday with family and friends and let Hog Wild do the cooking. Order online at gohogwild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8. Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. Back to One-on-One with DP. Sponsored by the Downtown Lincoln Foundation on 93.7 The Ticket.
Paint your face. Paint it! It's game day in Lincoln. Big Ten baseball in Omaha. Super Regional. Super Huskers in Lincoln. Paint your face. Pump up your biceps. Pump them up. Get ready for the Cowboys softball program. Go sprinting to your office. Grab your coworker's desk. Shake it! Shake it like a madman. To Oklahoma State. Husker fans, let them feel the power of the warrior. Bach! How do you spell warrior?
Waryer.
Husker Warriors. It's a great day to be a Husker. It is a great day for Husker softball. It is a great day for Husker baseball. It will be exceptional. I'm excited about it. Looking forward to it. Myself, Jake Sorensen, Nick Wyman will find ourselves on our way to Bowling Stadium. I believe that it's Rudy and Nick Sainert.
Perhaps Peyton might be.
Peyton may be there as well. So we'll have full coverage of both. There will be post-game conversations on both games. So if you're at either or watching after the last pitch, tune into the ticket, be a part of the conversation as we shout out 2 Husker victories, one in softball, one in baseball. Yeah, I said it. I said what I said. I said what I said. I said what I said. 2 wins. Not going through all this for less than that. Are the Huskers the better team? Are they better than Oklahoma State softball? Bach.
They're hosting the regional. They're for a reason.
They're best. Are the Huskers better than the Wolverines of Cheat State University?
They are.
They are. They are. Stinking cheaters. So it is a special sports day. Of course, you have Bach, what's on the Big Ten schedule? Even though we aren't sure that the games will actually be played, what's the baseball schedule today?
Yeah. So they had to do a little bit of a rain delay. They're back at it. USC with a 7-0 lead over Michigan State. That is in the top of the 6th. The second game, which was to be slated to play in the Big Ten today, was supposed to be at 1. That's in 6 minutes. Again, that other game's in the top of the 6th. That won't happen. So I think games will be moved around a bit. Purdue and UCLA is going to be the afternoon game. And then you get into the 5 o'clock first pitch set for Nebraska and Michigan on BTN. Again, because things are moving back a little bit. I don't know if it'll quite be then. Also, again, there's rain in the forecast till 9 o'clock tonight. And then the evening matchup would be Washington and Oregon, started at 9 o'clock here in Omaha. Again, all of this is subject to change, but that was the plan.
And just so we know that the NCAA is capable of identifying that early super regional games are okay. Live from Oklahoma, Norman, Oklahoma, in the top of the 3rd is Mississippi State versus Oklahoma. They're in the third inning. Hey, you can play early softball, boys and girls. In Arkansas, hey, guess what, Bach? They started early. They're in the second inning. Duke 3, Arkansas 2. But, kind sir, currently in a rain delay. In a rain delay. Other games today, Tennessee and Georgia, as they get back after it, of course, they had game one that went to Tennessee yesterday. UCF and UCLA. Arizona State travels to Austin, Texas, Texas Tech, and the Florida Gators. And then LSU, Alabama is the other softball super regionals that will take place today. But of course, we only care. I only have eyes for you, Husker softball and Husker baseball. The rest of it matters not. Greatly appreciate you hanging out. We'll update as often as possible with whatever news we have. We will see you down there. If you're down at Bowling, give me a fist bump. Say hi. If you're at Omaha, find the young men and pat them on the back for the coverage. Bach, the black shirt, coming up. 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Grandma and Grandpa, Mom and Dad, then the kids, and now the grandkids. Judson Irrigation has provided lawn sprinkler system design, installation, repair, and service to 4 generations. They're just like members of the family. Loyalty, trust, service. It's what you deserve and expect from Judson Irrigation.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Looking for something fun tonight? Axe throwing, local beer, and great vibes are waiting at Arbor Axe House. From casual nights